So that's a good opportunity to talk about the roadmap. We are about continuing improvements. Some of you complain we move too fast. Some of you complain we move too slow. So we're stuck in the middle. We try to provide incremental software releases and continuous online improvements. So online, with the software model, allows us to easily update the software. With incremental releases, we try to do patches, updates, and major releases in a regular cycle. As much as I would love to say there's nothing ever to fix, there's always something to fix. So rather than doing an ad hoc cycle, we've moved to a very regular incremental cycle for doing new releases and updates. I talked a little bit today about some of the new areas we're focused on with big data, geoanalytics, vector tiles, but other work with new utility networks, advanced navigation, web-based raster analysis, so doing some of your traditional interactive raster analysis, but using wholly a web component, improvements in modeling, both on desktop as well as on the web, and using more of these analytic engines across the environment. But fundamentally, our focus continues to be on you, your needs, focused on the quality, but also we need to keep looking at the innovation. How do we take the next step forward to do the next thing to make it easier for you to do your work, like you've seen here today? Now, I've got a challenge for you. What do you do next? What's your steps? What do you do to make this change within your organization to embrace WebGIS and the change that it offers? I'm going to suggest a few things. First, where is the mapping destination for your organization? You should own that. Where do people everywhere in the organization come to find their maps? The groups, the maps, the apps that you want to make available to them. Goes along with that, what are the relevant maps? Some of these are really easy. Not all of these are complex GIS analysis. Many of them are just simple maps where they want. Leverage the apps. Empower them. Empower your users across the organization with the apps that are already there. Configure your own apps as you need them. Rebrand the apps with your logo. But engage users. Communicate. Are you using story maps internally for your briefings? Are you using them externally for public relations and briefings? Remember the imagery. Look at what's up there. We are continually updating it. And how are you going to use your own imagery, your services, the drones that you have that you probably aren't supposed to? How do you connect your data in real time? How do you connect your data weekly, daily, minute? How do you start to update all your information? Fundamentally, you need to work across the silos in your organization using maps and geography as the language to communicate. Briefly about Esri, we continue to advance, and we're very thankful for your support in these difficult times for many of us. We are now continue to grow. We're a zero-debt company. We really try to make a difference in what we do, in spatial literacy and understanding, and contributing to fundamentally the well-being of society as a whole through spatial understanding. Many of you have asked us, as your careers have shifted, what are we doing in professional development? Well, we have a long history of lifelong learning, and we're doing even more there with conferences like this, new things with the Young Professionals Network, where you really just need to be young at heart and young to the industry, to start to help be mentored by people who've been in the industry longer to help direct your career. But if you haven't checked out our MOOCs, massive online classes, you should really take a look. These have trained over 50,000 individuals in the last class. It's really impressive. It helps get the spatial understanding and knowledge up. Many of you are taking advantage of our home use licensing to be able to use the technology you use at work at home for your social projects or other endeavors. And we have a number of online courses and books. If you haven't seen the Mapping the Nation or the new ArcGIS book, they're amazing material that we're providing to help everybody understand the new patterns. Our partners are critical to our success. We feel they're critical to your success. We will never be the expert at every possible use of GIS. We rely on our partners to take our core platform and configure it to be exactly what you need in your industry. Education is something that's sort of ingrained for us at Esri. We really do a lot to try to help everything from the K-12 initiatives all the way through college and universities. And we really ask that you, as a larger community, get involved with that as well. And we have a number of students here today. Think about how you can GeoMentor, which is a program where you can work with kids to help them understand and embrace this idea that geography can make a difference. In closing, your work is fundamentally challenging. But it's about applying geography and really making a difference at what you do. I believe that WebGIS will improve and increase your impact of what you do. But realizing the full potential of WebGIS requires you. It requires you to understand, requires you to act and change, and fundamentally to transform the world and improve it using geography. Thank you very much for your time this morning. We are going to take a break now. Be back in your seats at 10:45 because the really cool stuff happens after that. Thank you very much.